All right. Sweet. Hello, guys. Consistency on the podcast. We haven't had that in a while. Okay, this is usually the part where Josh interrupts me, but okay.
All right. Well, that's a little mean. I'm the one who does the interrupting the least.
Sure you do. Anyway.
You cunt.
Anyway, it's been like what, a week?
Banana seltzer.
Okay, it's been a week. So I think, and there's been a good bit that's happened over the internet. Like for one, Toys R Us has closed all of its stores. Rip Toys R Us.
Nice.
And no more Toys R Us. So let us.
Yeah.
We are here today to mourn the death of Toys R Us, who lived as they died.
Hawking.
I was going to get to that. Who lived as they died, with lots of money that they owed. They owed a lot of money. Apparently, I think it was like $3 billion or something.
I'm fine with that.
And all. Oh yeah. By the way, Stephen Hawking died. If those who don't know, for some odd reason.
I find it funny.
I like
your priorities.
I like the fact that we started off like, haha, Toys R Us is dead, let's mourn their loss, ha ha ha. Also, Stephen Hawking died, a person that people actually care about.
Not a lot. I mean, there's going to be a majority of people who don't really like him that much.
It doesn't matter. Dude did a lot of good stuff.
I know he did. I love Stephen Hawking, but apparently these guys are complete assholes and was like... These guys are probably the religious people, too. So that's why they probably don't like him as much. Like, I could probably... Yeah. They were talking... I think I saw one particular comment was like something about God and something. I was like, yeah, I'm not reading this. It's they're going on and on about God and how he did stupid stuff, apparently, to discredit God and stuff like that. So I was like, yep, not listening to you. Where can I find IGN? Because I think that's where I saw it.
Yay. IGN, you'll find a lot of things on IGN. Whether they actually make any sense is left to be determined.
I mean, a lot of people don't like those text videos that they make. I don't know why.
Text.
It's like the video is completely made out of text, so that way you have to read it instead of watching it.
Oh, you mean the one where they just didn't want to spend the time having someone do voiceovers? So it's like, here's some text, I guess.
Yeah, that's all they do, and people were like, I don't like this, and so they were like, change it or I'm unsubbing, and they never changed it, so a lot of people just don't watch IGN anymore.
That's fair.
I used to watch IGN. Okay, I'll tell you this. When I was a kid, right, I had a laptop, right? And, like, so that I could go to bed, I would have IGN reviews just autoplaying in the background. And it wasn't simply because it was IGN. I didn't give a shit about IGN. I just had it playing in the background because I just liked video games. And at the time when I was doing that, I didn't have a PS3 or 360, and I liked looking at PS3 and 360 games.
Where can
I was going to say, I still occasionally watch IGN simply for, like, news stuff that I'm excited for, like, oh, new Final Fantasy Dissidia NT game, cool. And then
fuck Final Fantasy Dissidia. Geralt in Soul Calibur 6.
Fuck off. I like Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Where is it?
No.
Jeez, I can't find it. I can't find it. I think they took it down.
Wow.
There's this one GameSpot video.
I like.
I hate GameSpot.
I like how I just searched up like a little article just to learn something real quick because I was curious what's going on or whatever, and I can already tell this person's opinions of Final Fantasy 15 with their wording on how they think Square Enix has been treating FF15. Stating that Square apparently wants to milk the game for as much as possible.
Okay,
all right,
I kind of see where they're going with that, but this game took way too fucking long to make, and it's way too fucking expensive. So the fact that they're trying to get every single penny they can out of it makes sense.
Yeah,
It's not like this is some Call of Duty venture where they just put it together in 3 years and boom, it's there. This game was
yeah,
literally being worked on since 2009.
A
yeah,
while
and
as
not
well.
only that, but like the game came out in a not great state, so of course they're constantly releasing things to improve the game and adding new like extra story bits and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
like
get
if this was, oh, go on.
I don't get why this company the people see this company as an enemy, and I don't know why. I don't
Well,
get
they
it.
do dickish things.
Every once in a
Who?
while, but they're not consistently being dicks. Like
Who?
some
I have to
companies
say
would know.
this. I have to say this, dude. Outside of the realm of Final Fantasy, the way they're handling their other IPs leaves much to be desired. For instance, the Deus Ex IP, the Mankind Divided first had this augment your pre-order bullshit that just heavily bogs down everybody's like view of the game. Not so much
Yeah,
the
that
fact
was
that when
gross.
Mankind Divided came out, its story was rather rushed and unfinished.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean,
On the positive side, though, Nier Automata.
God, Nier Automata.
Kingdom Hearts
Seriously,
3.
people, guys,
On the
please
negative
keep
side,
buying.
no Soul Reaver remake.
Oh, I wish. But guys, please keep buying Nier Automata so we can hopefully get Drake and Guard HD remakes and maybe original Nier HD remake. That's all I want out of my life.
Nier was already HD.
Yeah,
Well, a re-release, PS4 or something, I don't know, so that people can actually play the game instead of thinking Nier Automata is game number one.
does it matter?
No, it
Well,
doesn't matter that this really good but really jank game had like two people in the entire planet play it.
There's been a few people, I believe.
There's, I think it should be more because one, it's the predecessor to Automata. People should know where the game Automata came from, and two, it's a very good game, janky but really good.
I mean, they don't have to.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, I'd
I
play the
think
first Nier if I could, but considering that I live in the Benelux region, I'm pretty sure I'm hard pressed to actually find a physical copy of Nier, and I don't think they released a digital version of it yet.
I don't think they've released a digital version, and I've seen one copy of Nier on the PS3 one time at my GameStop, and that's the only time I've ever seen it in my entire life. And it's a great game. And I want to play. I want to play Nier Replicants, and I want to play Gestalt. I want to play both versions of the game because they're both amazing.
I don't even think I've played
Well,
a Nier game at all.
You haven't.
oh,
There's
you gotta
Nier
give
and
it
Nier
a
Automata.
try, but warning, you might get sad.
Why?
Yeah, because it's a sad game.
Like,
Very sad. In
like,
fact, Nier Automata is the happiest of the Nier games.
like how sad are we
Is
talking
it?
here? Like Last of Us sad or sadder?
Like
Worse.
like
Worse than
human
that.
existence. Like human existence is pain. We don't exist for a reason. Everyone's gonna die.
All right, I guess. I mean, I don't think that's sad, but I guess.
This guy. Oh my god. Okay. I got something to tell
Actually,
you. Every time we say something, you're like, well, maybe no. It's like
I
you're the
know.
devil's advocate or something.
I mean,
Yeah, that's my job.
no. I mean, I think I do a better job of it.
I will fucking hit you with the microphone I'm currently holding in my hand.
Yes, reach through the internet and hit me with the microphone.
No, I'm gonna drive all the way back to PA to hit you with it so that I can all drive all the way back.
Yes, make what is it, like a 32-hour drive from here to
Yeah.
back? Please do so.
Yeah. Word.
Waste-
32 hours? I could speed run that.
Go on.
I've been really into speed running videos recently. I don't know why. It's
I
really.
can't. I
Did you
can't.
see? Did you see Prey beaten in 7 minutes?
Fuck, that sounds cool. I need to watch that.
Careful, make sure you watch the original, not the IGN one.
I don't think IGN knows how to play Prey.
I don't think
No, they
IGN
just
knows how to do
uploaded a
any.
video. They just uploaded a video of the original speedrunners content.
That's. Fuck.
Well, considering how many views it has, I'm pretty sure they got consent, but still, I mean, that's just kind of stupid.
That's that's a little. You don't do that. That's not. If you wanna do a video on some kind of content like that, you'd be like, hey, here's a cool speedrun video I found of a person beating Prey in 7 minutes. Here's 2 seconds of clip of it. Okay, now here's a link to the actual video.
I
Don't just do what the No does and say sponsored by Sherry's Berries.
I don't want. I don't watch speedrun videos. I don't like them.
I love speedruns.
I can't.
Speedruns are great.
I can't
Also,
get
the
it.
No is great. I don't hate the No. I'm just making a joke.
The only time the No have done something that's like, maybe you don't do that, is the time when someone reviewed Fallout 4 very poorly, which was an entirely fair assessment, and the No's like, oh, they only did it for publicity. This guy was just being a douchebag.
Well, Fallout 4 does have its issues.
It has a lot of issues.
We're talking about the Rooster Teeth channel, the No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like very conflicted about the No. I really like the channel, but there are just some hosts that they have are just like they really irritate me.
Like who?
I like all the hosts, to be honest.
Me too.
Especially the guy who sounds like an asshole. Like the one who's like, he speaks in a certain way, he's just very sarcastic.
I think
Like
his name
that.
is Ben, right? Ben, I think his
That
name.
might be. Oh,
I forget his name.
I was gonna
Not the
say
guy who looks like a World of Warcraft character, but the other dude.
Oh, yeah, I think
I-
that's the guy. Yeah, he sounds very sarcastic, and I'm like, I don't like you. I don't like
He's like,
you.
oh, or something. It's funny.
John Reisinger.
Not John. I like John. There's
John's
I
great.
like them all.
there's another guy. I think me and AJ are talking about the same guy. He's just very sarcastic, and he just comes off as a bit of an asshole.
I think he's a writer.
He must be a writer or something, because I don't know why. I just don't like him. The way he speaks, the way he talks, I just don't like him. I just don't want to watch any videos he's in.
I love it.
I hate it at all.
I wish there was more of him and less of Sherry's Berries.
We need more of John Reisinger.
What?
Just more of
Don't
John.
you love Sherry's Berries?
I don't love Sherry's Berries. I love Tunnel Bear.
Speaking of Sherry's Berries, head to sherryberries.com/the free for all to get 20% off of your next order.
I mean, if only we were sponsored by someone. I hope. Maybe in the
I
future.
think we have to put out a bit more content and have a bit more
Shh.
influence.
It's
if
a
we want that.
long-term goal. It's a long-term goal.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure YouTube will be around by the time we actually get off our asses and do something.
I mean, we could go to
Hey,
Twitch.
I'm doing things right now. I'm trying to learn how to animate at least. So I can animate Devil's Advocate.
I know.
I'm trying to get better at drawing.
Ha! 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 Why?
What's
I'm doing something right now. Can you not? Don't talk.
What the fuck?
that? I think Joel's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And there's something about that kid.
Hey, we're all crazy.
There's
We're all
something
crazy.
about that kid.
I'm not the only one crazy here. Shut up.
I mean, only insane people would want to make content and release it on a dying platform known as YouTube.
Right? Like, I'm just going to save my content for, like, the best thing. It's from North Korea, and it builds upon tiers and stuff, but it's actually a very reputable service.
Nice song.
At least I'm. I mean, YouTube's not dying. It's just not the greatest right now.
It's just like
Actually,
growing
I-
cancer and coughing up its lungs.
No.
I think the general internet is dying. The golden age is gone. Everybody's just fucking around now.
and
But
talk.
not in a funny troll way either.
So I was watching some Psychic Pebbles videos recently.
Why'd your voice fucking crack?
I did that on purpose to like break up the freaking misery that just befell this podcast.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's just the internet is being ruled by a bunch of fucking idiots.
You're not wrong, and that's the worst part.
And the people who are in the internet are complete toxic people, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I
Have you ever met a?
just hate
If you
toxic.
think about it, it's just an amplification of the already terrible and shitty social sphere that we live in now.
Damn, son.
Dude, I love. I've been playing.
So what you're saying? Oh,
I've been playing Xenoverse 2, and I love the DLC.
oh, nice on.
Dude, I
I was
love
gonna
it.
say. So what you're saying is that the world is garbage already, but the internet is used as a magnification device to blow it out in front of everyone.
Precisely.
Nice. Also, you're not wrong.
Anyway, let's talk about video games.
Anyone hyped for Smash 5?
I don't even think it's Smash 5.
I think it is.
No, it's like probably like a Smash 4 another release of
remake on the freaking
Switch on the Switch.
I just want the Inkland's Final Smash to have your squid now you're a kid now playing on loop for 30 seconds.
God, I'll kill myself if that's it.
I think I don't think it's like a sequel. I think it's just another Smash 4 remake.
I think it might be a sequel. I'm guessing.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Can they fix the fucking user interface?
Yeah, I didn't like the user interface for Smash 4. I think even though I hate Melee, the best UI is from Melee. Hate that game.
Why do you hate Melee?
Because fucking... I don't hate Melee so much as I hate... Sorry, anyone who considers himself a Melee player, but
a lot of people.
Melee players.
Why? Are they toxic? They toxic?
All of them. No, well, yes and no. They're like, oh, my game is best game. Look at all these glitches I can do to make myself a better player. Oh my god, wave dashing, L canceling, Z canceling. I'm the best. Every other game sucks.
I mean,
so what you're saying is, unless it allows you to do that thing that you do to get good, quote unquote, it sucks.
Yeah, that's your average Melee player in a nutshell. And if you're
that
a Melee
sounds
player,
like your average anything player, to be honest.
True, but I'm honing on Melee. And if you're a Melee player and you play Melee like doing all those like tricks and stuff, and you aren't an asshole about it, you deserve a pat on your back because you're the better version of the Melee players. You're not like, oh my god, I hate Smash 4. It's just a bunch of garbage fan service. Who cares about all these characters? They just
Smash Brothers has always been about garbage fan service. It's just fun to play.
Any like, it's like it's basically a similar version of Fighter Z. It's like these guys don't know when to stop complaining about Xenoverse players, and Xenoverse players don't know when to stop complaining about Fighter Z players. And I'm just here, like,
Fighter Z has players.
Yeah, apparently they do on the consoles. On the consoles they do apparently, and they won't shut up about how great Fighter Z is compared to Xenoverse 2. And I'm here like, I don't care.
But wait,
I don't care.
Wait, that's the dumbest comparison I've ever heard of in my life.
I know.
That's like the
They're two completely different games.
That's like the equivalent if I go, oh man, what? Final Fantasy 15 is so much better than Realm Reborn. Am I right, guys?
I'm
Metal
sitting here.
Gear Solid is better than Call of Duty.
Yes, I'm sitting here.
No, they're two different games. The better thing would be like, oh, Gran Turismo is better than Forza, or Forza is better than Gran Turismo. They're both within the same realm, so it's okay to make that judgment, even though it's also kind of stupid.
That's why I hate.
Splatoon is the best Call of Duty clone ever made.
That's why
Call of Duty is the best Quake clone ever made.
I don't like fighting players at all. I just don't. They just feel off because pretty much every single one of them is an asshole.
Well,
Uh,
most of the fighting game
Tekken
fans
7
that
would
I
like to have a
know are
word
pretty
with
cool.
you. You see,
Most
go
of
to
the
the
fighting game
options, you
players, like
disable voice chat, and then you just play, and everything's fine. Turn on
most
voice
of the
chat, you might
fighting,
hear a 3-year-old crying.
most of the fighting game players that I've met are pretty cool.
Yeah, and probably I'll
They
just
just want to
met the
play some
really,
Marvel.
really, really bad ones. The ones that spam Goku
Yeah,
Black and then just don't know when to choose someone else.
nice.
Or just,
All the fighting game fans that I know just want to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and remember when the game was good before Marvel vs. Capcom came out.
I heard that
Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate came out, I completely forgot.
I heard
What?
that Fighter Z or some other game took its place in some sort of.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out and was trash garbage. And then another fighting game came out and was like, oh, don't worry, Marvel vs. Capcom fans. Come here, come to me.
I know it's like I mean that's what you get for not making a pretty good game.
That's
Dude,
what you get for.
all you need to do is just play Tekken. Tekken and Soul Calibur. Everything else can go away.
I actually really don't like 3D fighters. I way prefer 2D fighters. But
Okay, good.
that's why you don't take a formula that you nailed in the previous game and go, let's change everything.
I mean,
Hey, why does Dante from Devil May Cry and Chun Li look like they just escaped the inner pits of hell itself? Why is half the roster cut in half? Why is the 3 character gameplay reduced now to only 2 characters?
I don't know.
Why is the
I
game
forget
lackluster and
which game
uninteresting?
took its place.
Why is everything running on Unreal Engine?
What game took its place? I can't remember.
Also, I Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PS3 recently. I love that comic book aesthetic. It looks so good. I don't. It makes me confused why everyone was having like an orgasm over Persona 5 because it's like there are other games with blinding aesthetics too. And then Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out and it's like no. We're gonna be like a movie now. This ain't no comic book anymore. This ain't your granddad's comic book. This is the movies
Movie that came out in 1995.
now.
Did it? I never watched
uh,
gameplay footage of Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate.
You don't need
Infinite.
to.
I never watched
I
anything.
watched. I watched a bunch of the story cutscenes because they had the guy from Dead Rising 1, and he's pretty funny in that game. It's too bad that he also looks like he was dragged through the dirt before he came out in the game.
Say, oh yeah, made with Unreal Engine, so automatically the graphics will be good. You have to understand, it's not about the engine, it's about the fucking art team. If the art team is
Yeah.
ass, it's gonna make the engine look like ass. Aside from other things
Also,
like performance and shit, that's actually something to do with fucking actual designers.
also,
Yeah, shit.
it's also about aesthetics. Like I find even if Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite looked amazing, I find the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 way more interesting to look at because it's got this really stylized, heavy art or comic book aesthetic that bleeds out into every single section of the game. Whereas Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is just guy fights guy, you do the attack. Yay!
Call of Duty World at War on PS2 had better aesthetic.
Are we still talking about fighting games here?
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Which, by the way, Joel, you should play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Hey,
It's a good fighting game.
how about I do that later?
Well, I didn't say like do it tomorrow. I mean, in the future, when you've got money to burn, you'd be like, look, there's that video game I was told about. Let me
It's
purchase
funny you
that
say
for
you've
money.
got money to burn because it's not really that expensive.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cheap now, but you get the idea.
Yeah, maybe. I think I've been watching this movie. This movie that came out like years ago called Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, I remember that. No, wait. Is that no?
It's the
Okay.
movie. It's the movie where they have Santa Claus with a Russian accent.
Fuck. Okay, no, that's the other movie. Even though that was pretty good, it has a really good. Everyone loves Jack Frost in that movie, but my favorite character was the Easter Bunny.
Hugh
I
Jackman.
like the one with the owls.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. I wanted to watch that movie so bad.
What one with the owls? I'm confused.
The Guardians of Gahul.
Oh,
Fuck, I want to watch that movie.
you like? You like Hugh Jackman playing an Australian Easter Bunny?
I just like the bunny's design. All right. Also, Hugh Jackman's a great voice actor, and he could do no wrong, except when he does wrong. But still,
When has he does wrong?
Jack Frost is like the best character to look at between all of them. I don't like Sandman. I don't like looking at Russian Santa Claus. The Tooth Fairy looks like a bird.
I think the Tooth Fairy was fine. I like their design.
I didn't like it.
But my favorite design was definitely freaking Easter bunnies.
And
I have never watched this movie.
you should go watch it. It's like the best. You could probably look it up.
That's fair.
Jesus.
No, I think I'll watch
Also-
Spring Breakers.
Also, in what's it called? Freaking, come on, Brian, you got this. I believe in you. Oh yeah, in the podcast I did with Person, we talked about. I like how we had a segment where we talked about the Sonic movie, the Mario Illumination movie, and the Sly Cooper movie, and all we got out of that was this seems like a bad idea. This seems like a bad idea. This seems like a bad idea. We have no idea what's going on.
I mean,
Didn't the Sly Cooper movie get canceled?
no, it's not.
Did it?
No, I think it got turned into a TV show.
Jesus, critter.
That sounds worse.
It's gonna be turned into.
TVC.
It's gonna be turned into a cartoon. Don't know where it's gonna air, but I think it's.
It better be a fucking anime. That's the only way this will work if it's an anime. Because TV CG is fucking horrible. I mean, Sonic Boom is watchable, but that's the best case scenario.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Sonic Boom is watchable, but it's also a dumb comedy show that doesn't try to do action very often. So it's like
The writing is
this
nice.
character's talking. The
Okay.
writing's
I like
great,
the writing.
I think.
There's a lot of edgy writing in it, especially anti-politically correct writing, which I find very amusing.
Ah,
Hold on, let me try to find it.
you're a connoisseur of the iDubbbz, I see.
I'm trying to find the stupid TV show.
If iDubbbz had a fucking TV show on Cartoon Network.
That would be amazing. I think the censorship would make them branch out even harder.
Oh, I mean,
Like you'd find
I've
different ways to say the same thing.
Yeah.
apparently, I found this video called "Room." It's apparently this is a rumor. So, this rumor is that show is too mature for some networks.
What?
Apparently,
Make it an anime and put it on Netflix, for fuck's sake.
The Sly Cooper show
the,
was too much for some people. They're just like
for TV
can't have
for
that.
some networks, and apparently it looks like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network are both crossed out. So it looks like they were the ones that were like, this is too mature for kids." So
What
A
the
show
fuck is
about a
going on?
raccoon stealing a piece of paper. No, a show about a raccoon stealing a book from a bunch of idiots who took his book and killed his puppy.
Okay,
That's
wait,
not
wait,
too
wait, wait.
mature.
it was his parents,
Like,
first
what?
of all.
What happened in the pitch that they gave to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon? Was like Sly Cooper trying to fuck Carmelita or something?
No,
I would totally watch that.
I'd watch that too.
hold on, let me try to remember. It's been a while since I played Sly Cooper. I think the only real mature thing that they have there is like the death of the parents, him going to be an orphan,
Yeah.
him growing up to be an
There's
orphan.
a lot of that.
Bentley lost his legs. There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in kids shows, stuff like that.
I can't remember.
You know how many protagonists Prince are dead?
A lot.
A lot.
It gives them a reason to be sulking and miserable.
I don't know
Or
what they want.
batshit crazy.
I mean, I'd rather have a mature show than have it be like super dumbed down.
Yeah. Also,
Everybody would rather have a mature show than have it be super dumbed down. Anybody who advocates for something just being, nice and simple for the kiddies, clearly is thinking with
I don't know.
not their brain.
okay.
I don't know because in the game you take out the guards, and I don't know if you knock them out or kill them. It wasn't really too specific.
I think you hit them, they roll backwards, and then they fade away.
Like they disappear into a puff of smoke.
Yeah, I don't know if that
Ratchet and Clank was a lot more gory.
Here's how you fix that. Sly Cooper hits them with a cane, and they just fall over, and it looks all dumb and cartoony. Done. Period. Set. Try.
No. Apparently,
that sounds very dry to me.
Script currently.
I think Sly Cooper needs to hit them with a chain, and literally their spines explode, and there's blood everywhere, and a guitar riff just revs in the background.
Script currently.
A psychic video.
I'm looking at a few other videos. Script currently
at
5
Sly
stars.
Cooper show with Doom. That sounds good.
Apparently, the script is at 5 stars.
Okay, you know what I think is the saddest Sly Cooper villain, though? That dog who doesn't like looking in himself in the mirror. I find that very sad.
Mugshot? Mugshot. Are you talking about Mugshot?
Yeah.
The guy gets...
I don't know why, but to me as a kid, that was very sad.
That is sad.
He gets bullied. He grows up to punch people in the face.
Nice on.
And then Sly goes and beats him. Then years later, he runs into them again, gets beaten by Carmelita, and then thrown in jail. Boom.
Oh
I haven't
God.
played the sequel, so
that's
a bit of a spoiler.
I mean, he was going there to fight Bentley, who was in a wheelchair at that point. And then he was like, "Hey, you're that cop hag who busted me in that one city." And then Carmelita was like, "Oh God, it's you. I'm going to take you in now." And then proceeded to beat him up.
I just realized something. I need to actually replay Sly Cooper. I'm going to go and find an HD collection and freaking play that shit because I just remembered a lot of the interesting levels. I think Sly Cooper was like my third or fourth game that I had, and I remember playing it on this really small wooden CRT television in my own room. And I remember the cop chase scene with Carmelita and the bouncing on the freaking cars or something.
I think
it's all mixed up and stuff, but yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I think that was either Sly 1?
Yeah, I'm talking about Sly 1.
Yeah, I think that was Sly 1. I think that was the first level.
Yeah. And the art style was really good.
I love the art style for Sly Cooper. What I want to know is if they're going to make something with Jack and Daxter, like a TV show, a movie, or something.
They really shouldn't. See, I got to play, because of the PS Plus, I got to play the new Ratchet & Clank game, and I feel a bit disappointed, to be honest.
It's not great, and if you look at the movie, it's also not interesting.
The game doesn't have much of the things that the other games had. There's no witty humor, there's no moral conflict, there's no I dare say even the explosions aren't as impressive. And the controls are overly simplified, and the aiming feels like it's been gimped because, they prioritized visuals over responsiveness, because it was just an easier thing to do. But I really feel like they should have just targeted 60 FPS, because it's a fucking shooter. It's a shooter platformer. Nearly all of the games have been 60 FPS shooter platformers, except for two of them.
What's the newest Ratchet & Clank game?
Ratchet & Clank. The one compared to the movie.
Oh, isn't that just the remake of the original one?
Calling it a remake is like saying... Actually, it's not. Okay, calling it a remake is like calling the new Prey game a remake of the original. It's not a remake, it's a different product, dude.
So that
They
means
couldn't even have the original music. They couldn't have David Beauregard's amazing-ass music. They had to
I
have
know.
this orchestral shit.
They have like
It doesn't sound right.
generic boring music.
so like they have
Part of
like
the
the level
game's
design.
personality was the music.
So the level design, the gameplay, and all of that is just from the original.
No, it's been severely dumbed down, and hell, even some parts have been
Definitely.
taken out.
Oh God. I mean, I was
It's like
I was considering to go
it's
into.
a Ratchet and Clank game for people who never actually played a fucking platformer.
I know. I'm like. I was considering. Hey, I wanted to play Ratchet and Clank since I played Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper. I was considering
Play
getting
the previous one.
I was considering getting the newest one. I'm like, yeah, I probably will get that, but now they hear that, I'm like, no, I'll just go back and play the originals. Thank you very much.
Just
Yeah,
buy the
I
HD
played the
collection
previous
and play all the PS3 games except for All for One and Q-Force and Into the Nexus, and you should be fine.
Dude, I
I
love
think Into the Nexus was okay.
I loved Ratchet Deadlocked. Love that game.
I fucking love that game too.
Oh my god, I love
I
that.
used to play the shit out of that game with my brother.
Dude, that game was the best. I think I remember having like a Jack model on my character for like the longest time.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I don't remember you doing that, but I do remember the Jack model. I always turned on the Super Bloom cheat.
Nice song.
I never put on cheats for that game. I just played it legit. First, I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
The cheats are legitimate. You just go into the game settings, and there's an option for cheats. You unlock the cheats by just playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually dumb little things like big head mode and stuff.
Yeah, or Super Bloom, which made the game super bloomed.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Or Mirror World.
I remember when I first got the game, I was like, I'm gonna put on the easiest setting first, and then gradually I just went to the hardest setting. I'm like, okay, there we go.
The hardest setting is the only way to play.
I don't know. I didn't know how to play, so I was like, I'm gonna put the easiest mode on first.
Nice song.
Oh, there's a game called Hand Simulator.
Yeah,
Ew, it looks gross.
it sucks.
It looks gross.
A game called Ham Simulator sucks.
Yeah,
Who saw that coming?
I know, right? It's a huge surprise. Didn't you hear? Hideo Kojima worked on it.
Ah, that explains the shaky cam.
Florida bans free speech zones on state college campuses. Oh god. Why?
State college campus. That just sounds. That sounds really bad.
Free speech zones? That's
Free speech zones.
that's stupid.
That's literally unconstitutional.
You know, the United States is one big free speech zone, so what the fuck are they going on about?
I know. It's like, what? Can you not like have free speech if you are not in one of these zones?
Like, is the entire thing like some sort of cancerous fucking safe space where you can't say shit? You can't say shit or look at anyone in the fucking eye.
Exactly.
Unless you're in a free speech zone, in which case you could say hello. But be careful, that hello might be way too fucking offensive.
Dude,
Could be aggressive.
Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Sumimasen.
God. Wow. I don't know what to do with colleges anymore. They're just like they're becoming the worst thing.
Fuck college, you get all your information online. If you're smart, you get them from the right sources. Otherwise, you'll just be just as dumb as those people who think that fucking free speech zones and safe spaces are a good idea.
Yeah. You know, I'm been really wanting to play Skyrim again now.
You should play a
Then
good
play it.
game.
Dude, I've been getting that urge every now and then. I just get that urge to play Skyrim, and I don't know why.
Don't worry. Jokes aside, I think the same things, but then I'm like, I want to play Skyrim, but I think the only way I'll ever play Skyrim in the future is like modded, because I'm not interested in Skyrim anymore. I'm interested in what special things that other people can do with the game.
Dude, I don't know. I can never get tired of just the base game. I don't know why.
Oh, I am beyond tired of Skyrim.
Dude, I can never be tired of the base game. I'll find fun somewhere.
Like, there's some magic mods I found online that I want to play with. It looks super
I
good.
tried to revisit New Vegas, and it was great, but I also got distracted trying to injure an was it in National California Republic, whatever, guard with a fucking
NCR.
physics barrel. I kept on trying to hurt him with a physics barrel.
Nice.
I remember.
Yeah, I just kept ramming it into him.
I think I told this story once before, but I didn't. I don't think I told it to in the podcast where I think it was around. I was playing Skyrim one time, and I think I had a horse. I don't know what the horse's name. I don't think I even gave him a name. So I was riding him, and I think I was doing the Thieves Guild quest line, and then he
I
died.
love the Thieves Guild.
And he died on a cliff. So I was like, crap, I'm out of a horse now. And I walked my way to the Thieves Guild quest line. And I think like a while later, I was in Whiterun. And I come outside. And at this point, I already had Shadowmere with me. So I was waiting for I was going to my horse. And then I noticed Shadowmere didn't have his red eyes. And then I looked at the name, and it was the same horse that had died off the cliff.
Nice.
You just needed to take a
literally
break.
remember this story.
I'm like,
You just needed to take a break.
I was so confused because Shadowmere was literally standing right next to the horse. And I'm like, what? I saw you die. You literally could not get back up. And then I was like, okay, I guess I have two horses now. And I rode off with my dead, not so dead horse.
I guess your original horse was put into like a down state. No, is that a thing that happens in Skyrim?
I don't think so.
Well, I guess now it happens.
I don't know.
Maybe
The game was
maybe
like,
your horse was mistaken as a story character, and it does that thing where they just stumble onto the ground idiotically for like 5 minutes until you go away.
I literally when he died, I remember searching his body.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. That means he was dead as dead could be.
I was like, oh man, the guy's dead. I'm like, great.
Actually, if you're crouching, you can search people's bodies even when they're alive.
Now, from where I was doing it, I was like literally doing it like on the top of a cliff.
Can you search a horse?
Yeah, just stick your hand in its ass.
I don't know. Apparently, I had like two. Now I had like two horses that time.
Nice on.
I was like, whatever. And since I got since we have the special edition on the PS3,
Oh, you got them DLCs?
yeah, we had the DLCs, and I was playing I went back to the house I built, and then
That's the only thing I do. Build a house.
I remember like going back to my house, and then there was this chick there that I didn't recognize. I was like, who is this? And then she walked up to me and said, your house is so nice. Your wife was so nice. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And then she handed me a ransom note. And I'm like,
Did they just like ransom your wife?
like they were like, the ransom note was like, you have a lovely life. We have her. If you want her to live, bring us like 5,000 gold. And I was like,
All right, I have a complaint about Skyrim. Everyone has these interesting stories of like random things happening in Skyrim, but then every time I play the game, it's just like I come home to my kid and they're like, "Can I go outside with my friends?" I'm like, "Okay, bye."
I don't know. It's just
Like
dumb luck.
people have stories of like, "Oh, my son wanted to get a pet skeever, so I bought one for him," and this and that, and it's just like, okay, where's my interesting stories? Can my son get kidnapped? Can my wife and I go on an epic adventure to save him? No? Okay.
I mean, I when I realized when I read it and saw that my wife had been kidnapped, I was like, "Oh, you just messed with the wrong dude." And then it was literally at the point where that first mine you find when you leave the tutorial area.
Oh yeah, I know the exact mine you're
The one
talking
with the
about.
blinds, dude.
Yes, that is the exact mine they hit her in, and I'm like, oh, I already know where that is. I fast traveled there, killed everyone, and then when I freed her, they broke the quest broke the AI on my wife, so now she's just running into everything.
Nice.
Maybe she has PTSD and she's so scared that her only option is to just run from literally everything.
I was like, great, now because she couldn't get out of the jail cell without help. I'm like, follow me, follow me, and I was like, go home. She eventually found her way home, and I was like, great, great, there goes the quest. It just broke. I don't know who I was married to at the time.
I usually marry Lydia.
Maybe you were married to a fucking bird.
I think it was Lydia that time. I think.
Oh,
So you were married to a bird.
And then I think, but mainly either I marry the lioness chick from Riften or what's her name from the Companions.
Yola the Lioness and someone else. Layla the Huntress.
Yeah, her. I don't like her. I don't like her as
Then why the fuck did you marry her?
I didn't know when I married her, but apparently she only likes one house in particular and entirely of Skyrim. She likes the one house in Solitude, and that's about it. Other than that, she would give you shit for picking any other house. Riften can't. She doesn't like it there. I switched her to the house I built for her. She didn't like it there. I switched her to the one in Whiterun. Didn't like it there. I'm like,
wow, what a bitch.
Maybe if you stopped picking houses with cobblestone fucking floors, she wouldn't be bitching. Get her a house with a carpet, and maybe she'd be happy. Did you ever think about her for once? No, you didn't.
I switched her to 3 or 4 different houses. Come on.
And they all had that same fucking floor.
They all have that same stupid floor. Doesn't matter where you go. And I can't give her. I can't get the house. I can't get the house in what is it? The Jarl's place in the Jarl who leads the Stormcloaks. I forget the town.
Ooh, a new notification popped up for me. I'll watch this video in a sec to find out what's happening. But it says, oh shit, wait. Metal Gear survive indirectly thanks Hideo Kojima in the end credits.
Oh, Young, yeah.
I love Young.
So I can't get the house in Whiterun. I think Windhelm. I think it's called Windhelm.
Sure.
I can't get that house because the quest that you have to do in order to get the house is bugged for me.
Nice on.
Well, why would you want to live in Windhelm anyway? It's full of a bunch of racists.
It is a bunch.
Which one? Oh yeah, Windhelm is the one with the frickin' rebellion. I always side with the frickin' whatever they're called, the frickin' Imperials. Because the fucking rebels are a bunch of racist cunts.
I know. I'm like, what? I walked
Especially since every single time I play Skyrim, I'm an Argonian or Khajiit. So it's like, every time I'm like, alright, you guys need to calm down.
I know, I don't get that, because I was like, I don't really play as any other race other than Nord, because I'm like, why should I?
I always play as a Red Guard.
I think the one time I played, I think my first character I played as a Wood Elf. I liked the Wood Elf, but overall, I was like, I don't know, I just want to play as a Nord. And I always pick
I'm not a fan of the design of the elves.
Me neither, I was just about to say that.
Like, they don't look like Zelda elves or Final Fantasy elves. They just look like some weird Tolkien fucking... Yeah. Not even Tolkien.
At least give us one elf race that looks not like Tolkien.
Just put elf ears on a humanoid face. Don't elongate the head by, the vertical region by, 10,000 times.
Yeah, but if you want to do that...
Like they just smell like a... Oh.
I'm not saying don't make weird, odd character designs. I'm just saying at least give us one design that's, for the people who aren't into that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like the Thalmor. I don't like the dark elves are always complete assholes to me. And like,
That's right.
Probably because you look like the people who are assholes to them, and everybody's just racist in Skyrim.
everybody.
Oh, I just realized that. Yeah, they're douchebags to you because you look like the guys that are douchebags to them.
It's like I got the Khajiit aren't bad. They're like the most peaceful people in the whole game, and I'm like,
I
This is
love
why-
how
this-
like chill the Khajiit are.
that's why people like you so much. Is because you guys are the most peaceful, non.
People don't like well in universe people don't like the Khajiits because they're all supposedly filthy, disgusting thieves who sell drugs all day.
I don't know. Not from what
That
I've
sounds
seen.
like a likable person in my book.
I mean, but in the game, I'm like, I have to like get money somehow, so I always find the hidden chests that they have and loot it. Because
Don't they hide the chest underneath the game world?
but you can still get it. All you have to do is
You can
crouch.
very easily get it.
You can very easily get that chest. That's how I got my daughter's doll. Different clothes
Nice
for
on.
them. My different clothes for them as well. Few
I like the idea. I like the idea of having to be like a scumlord to get to be a good father. Like it's like, oh yeah, I got you a new dress. Where did you get this, Dad? Well, okay, I snuck into this building.
I mean, they don't know. They'll never know.
I'd tell them.
But then your daughter, who's a total snitch, is like, hey, my dad stole from you, thanks. And then he goes over and he's like, hey, what the fuck is this shit?
Then I could go over
Yeah.
to the Thieves Guild person who rearranges your face and have
Well,
them rearrange my face. Say,
Well,
see ya.
that and also if you're the Jarl of a keep, you could basically shank someone in front of a guard, and they'll be like, "Hey, don't do that," and you'd be like, "No, not the Jarl, the whatever." If you're friends with the Jarl, you could shank someone in front of a guard and be like,
Thane.
they were like, "Hey, don't do that," and you'd be like, "Wait, I'm the Thane though," and they're like, "Ah, okay, just don't do bad things anymore," and you're like, "It's cool, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stab that man 20 times in the chest."
I always kill the guy who's in Whiterun, who just never shuts up about.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's
I
annoying.
always kill
I just
him.
leave him alive. I love the background noise.
I hate. it.
I leave him alone, but like after a while of gameplay, it's kind of irritating because he's just there saying precisely the exact same thing every single time.
I kill him every single time. I'm like, shut up! I don't need this, and I kill him every time. I go into it,
Love.
and if you kill him before the Civil War thing, you can get into his house and loot stuff.
Nice.
But apparently, they block off his house once you like attack the city, and it's like, oh okay,
That city deserves to be attacked.
why?
I don't know. I also
Too many
love the fact
stairs.
that like yeah, I love the fact that I actually used to get lost all the time in Whiterun, including when I would buy my house. I'm like, okay, where is this supposed house you're telling me? And then I finally find it. I'm like, oh, I'm blind.
I know. The first time I played, I was like, "Where's this house I'm supposed to be buying?" And then I found it.
Skyrim tells you where you're supposed to go all the time. What are you talking about?
This is not when you buy the house in Whiterun.
The house is like literally next to the armor smith.
I didn't know that. I thought that was a person's house.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It looked like the exact same house
Also,
from every other house.
The first time I was playing, the game pointed me behind that house.
I didn't look at the markers. I was like, "Where's the house?" And then I found it eventually. I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is the house." Right in front
Also,
of
recently,
all the children.
quote unquote, recently, I've started playing Skyrim with no compass because I hate staring up at the top of the screen instead of looking at the video game.
I never use a compass. I never use that thing. Ever.
Long story short, video games suck.
I mean, I always
Uh,
use my general sense of
compass.
direction. I never use that thing. Ever.
As a person with terrible sense of direction, I love using compasses.
I think
I have no
I think I
sense
have
of
a pretty good
direction.
sense of direction.
In real life, I have a terrible sense of direction, so compasses
Same.
for the win.
I think
Same.
I don't think I need a compass because I think I have a pretty good sense of direction. Take me a little bit, but I think I can get to where I'm going.
You need it, but you don't like using it. Kind of like a penis.
What?
Huh?
What does that even mean?
What is it supposed to mean? That's up for you to decide. It's an open-ended statement.
Don't be one of them hacks.
Oh,
What
great.
does the ending of this video game mean? You figure it out.
I mean,
Fuck, man.
Oh, phone.
I don't know. Back to adventuring. I don't know why you
or were they both
have the
killed?
most uneventful times in Skyrim. I always have eventful times. I always manage to find something that's super out of the ordinary.
Like if you ask me, oh, did you do that quest? I'll be able to say yes. But it's like, oh, did you have that random event happen? No.
I remember
The only random event I had happen was having that talking dog run up to you and give you a quest.
You're exactly the one I'm looking for.
I remember when I was talking to Parthalax, it was like on the PS3. I think it was on I think it was on the same version of the Xbox version. I was talking to Parthalax, and then he decided to levitate up in the air, go in circles, and I could continue to levitate in the air and go up in circles until I stopped talking.
Well, glitches.
Well, he didn't want to leave you behind.
Because Skyrim is basically a glitch that turned into a video game.
I'm like, I just saw him like go up into the sky. I'm like, huh, all right, and then I just like, okay, I get it. And then he just came back down again. I'm like, all right, there we go. Skyrim the game, everybody. Let's go.
He wanted to emphasize his point by spinning around in circles. He doesn't have hands, so he talks with his flying patterns.
Body.
To the point where I can't even see him in the sky anymore.
Yes, he really, really wanted to get the point across.
Yeah, I don't like the guys, the graybeards. I don't like them that much.
The graybeards.
The graybeards are just a bunch of dudes who like to yell at people.
They really do like to yell at people. I don't like Delphine either. I don't like her.
Me neither. She can get fucked. Like death fucked, not actual sex fucked.
Esperan's okay. I don't. Esperan's okay.
Mm.
I don't know. He has his faults, but he's overall just okay.
I just don't like that entire quest line at all. I like to make my own quest line.
I remember Josh saying
I remember
Joshua saying he never ran into that quest line. Ever.
Which quest line?
The quest line with the blades.
The quest line with the blades.
You know those two people who show up at your house and they're like, hey, we need you to go and start killing dragons.
I got that quest line. Like, where they're like, hey, shoot the things, or kill the things, please. But then I just didn't do it.
See, I kind of feel like the dragons are my brothers, so I'm like, no, fuck out of here.
Apparently he never got the quest from either Delphine nor the other guy to kill Parthalax. He never got that quest.
I was never told to kill Parthalax.
They tell you, they literally, like, tell you have to kill Parthalax or we won't offer our services. I'm like...
Services?
Or we won't offer our services, then maybe I did get that quest line because I just don't interact with the blades.
No, they'll physically, like, tell you that. I'm like, okay, I don't even use you anyway. Go away.
Yeah, I think then I did get that quest line. It's just the way you explained it, like, I'm just saying, the way you explained it originally makes it sound like I had to make a choice or something, and I just made an active, conscious effort to not care.
They say that they say there's a choice, but the game's like there is no choice. You have to kill Parthalax. Like the game won't give you another option.
The famous AAA Bethesda choice. Yes, the choice, the quote unquote choice.
Yeah,
this is why I like Doom. They don't give you a choice. You just do. You just do.
I know. It was like
that's why I like actual RPGs with actual choice, because then it's like, oh, I feel like I affected this world instead of you going, "Oh, are you gonna do this thing or this other thing you can't do?"
I don't know. I was given the quest. I was like, can I not do it? And I looked it up, and I was like, yeah, there's no other way to. Yeah, there's no way to change this. I'm like, God damn it! I don't want to kill him, and I never did. I was like, yeah, I don't.
Why would
want
I kill the guy? Why would I kill the guy who's also the voice of Mario? Get out of here! Fuck out of here! No.
Yeah. I don't,
Also, like that's something that upset me about like a lot of Bethesda games, like Fallout 4, or Fallout 3. Actually, also 4. I'll talk about 4 in a second. But Fallout 3, where the end of the game is like, "Hey, you must press this button to save everyone's life," but it'll drop a bunch of radiation in there and kill you instantly. And it's like, one of my teammates is a creature that can literally just absorb radiation. Can I make him go in for me? And the character's
Well,
like,
Captain Hook?
you gotta do that on your own, my boy.
Can't you just wear a radiation suit?
No, it's literally a cutscene happens where you press the button and then your character's just like and dies.
That's Fallout 3. I don't think Fallout 4 has that.
yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
Actually, Fallout 4 has a different version of forcing you to do something you might not want to do. Hello, my
Like choosing
child.
between the fucking railroad or your son, who dies anyway?
Wait, actually. Hello, my baby child I've had 2 seconds to interact with and haven't grown a single care for. Let me hunt you down to the ends of the earth, because that's my character motivation. Even though this is a role-playing game where I'm supposed to be inserting myself into the character, and I don't care about Sean. So when I meet up with Kellogg, that delicious bag of cereal, and I go up to my character and I'm like, "Hello, sir. You are part of this quest line I'm supposed to be completing, so I must kill you now. Also, you've been annoying this entire dungeon, so I exceptionally want to kill you, specifically because I don't like you." But then my character goes, "Where's my son?" I kind of lose I lose the interest in what's going on because I don't have an attachment to my character.
Kellogg, where's my fucking son?
It's the worst. I hate it so much.
I don't know. Just the fact that I have all these random things just happen to me in Skyrim specifically, because I never played a Fallout game, is really entertaining to me. That's why I play.
Hey, Kellogg,
Play New
where's
Vegas.
that son I don't care about? But New Vegas is amazing.
I heard it was made by Obsidian.
Yes. Who unfortunately never made another Fallout game again.
What do they do now?
They were supposed to make a Fallout 3. Oh, they were supposed to make a Fallout MMO, but that didn't work. And then I think they're currently doing Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that's a different division. I don't think that's Obsidian.
I could have sworn I saw. Wait, I have the game box in my house. Let me go grab it and look at the case.
I mean, I have the MMO on Steam right here.
I refuse to play the Elder Scrolls Online.
Fuck, it's done by ZeniMax.
Yeah, Cinemax.
Yeah.
Damn
I
it.
think ZeniMax is the parent company of Bethesda.
Damn it. Fuck. Damn it. I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. There has never been
Wrong
one
this
moment in
time.
which I have been incorrect.
Except all the other times where you have been incorrect.
It's fine. Don't worry about that.
I mean, I don't know. Just I feel bad for you since you don't have anything eventful happen to you in Skyrim. I feel bad for you.
Nothing
Guys,
interesting
I
happens
have an
in
idea. Can we talk about something that isn't Skyrim now? It's becoming the prime topic.
Dude, I love just having random things happen to me in video games. It's the best. I can't,
Anyways,
Let's talk about Bloodborne.
I don't.
fuck, Bloodborne's great.
I don't play Bloodborne at all.
Fucking love Bloodborne.
I don't know. Isn't it just like Dark Souls?
It's similar to Dark Souls, except it has more action-oriented combat, and it takes place in Victorian London, based more around Lovecraftian horror.
Okay.
There we go.
Come on. I have The Last of Us remastered in my downstairs. I have yet to put it in the PS4.
Nice on.
It was only $20. So I'm like,
Why the fuck do you keep saying that?
I don't know. I stole it from a golf game, by the way.
dude, golf games are the best.
Golf games are actually pretty rad. But yeah, it's what it is. I think, if I remember correctly, is if you like get a really good shot and it gets really close to the hole, the game just goes nice on.
Not like in GTA where I literally missed the hole by like a little centimeter, and it's like, oops, you missed.
You missed, you fucking idiot.
You fucking retard.
It's like the ball goes over the hole, and I'm like, really?
You're like, great.
Like I hit it perfectly.
That was awful.
Like I hate GTA's golf. I hate it.
I love GTA's golf. It's so much fun.
I hate it. It actively, I feel like it actively tries to find new ways to screw me.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, GTA is an ever-evolving game.
I haven't played that game in a while.
When are we getting GTA 6?
Never.
Well, slow down there. We don't need a GTA 6 right now. What we need is Geralt of Rivia and Soul Calibur 6.
God damn it.
It's happening.
It's never happening.
It is. I saw the trailer. It was released today.
What about, was it Noctis in a fighting game recently?
Yeah, Super Smash Bros. No, Tekken 7.
That's the weirdest thing ever.
No, it's not.
Well, Tekken...
You just need to be in Soul Calibur and everything will be good.
Stop it, that's too good. That's too good, you need to stop.
I remember Josh was saying he wanted to get Xenoverse for some odd reason.
I did, because Xenoverse looks like an interesting game to me.
Yeah, okay, so if you are, just know that the way they have the most recent Dragon Ball games now is that it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe for Dragon Ball, where they have like Xenoverse, Xenoverse 2, and then Dragon Ball Heroes, and that all like encompasses under one universe.
The Dragon Ball multiverse. A realm of spanning infinite potential balls. So many balls. I don't know much about Dragon Ball, sorry.
Exactly. Like, there are going to be events that will probably happen in Dragon Ball Heroes that we won't know about in Xenoverse, so... It's like, great, all these games are connected, and one of them is in Japan only. So great.
Oh, is that Heroes?
Heroes is like a Japanese arcade game, I believe.
What is it?
Wait, why would you tie an important story to a arcade
I don't know.
game?
It's made by Big Bandai Namco, so it's like, I guess it's like some sort of tie-in thing. But the main stuff is in Xenoverse though.
Bandai Namco is one of my favorite companies of this generation. They make so much things that I like, so many things.
I think they're run by a bunch of weeaboos because they make nothing but anime.
That's
games.
good. That's good. We need more weeaboo companies. Fuck out of here, Konami. We got a new brother that we love. And it's Bandai.
Can Bandai Namco replace Konami as our favorite Japanese company?
Well, they have to fight between Squaresoft and Squaresoft, Sega. No, fuck. Actually, fuck. Square Enix and Sega. They have to fight between those guys.
They can easily beat them with the power of Kirito from Sword Art Online, Dragon Ball.
In their endless supply of show and jump licensed games, they should be able to do anything.
I'll kill myself if you mention Kirito one more time. Actually, speaking of, I want to talk about that new SAO game that came out,
Fatal
or
Bullet?
GGO, I guess technically.
Fatal Bullet?
I want to play it.
Yeah,
Dude, I
looks-
saw it. I was like, what the heck?
it looks interesting and is a step in the right direction. Not perfect,
I heard they're
but
rebooting the manga and the anime as well.
SAO has a manga.
Like the guy who
It's based off of.
the guy who
I know.
originally made
I know it's based off of a light novel, I think, but I didn't know it had a manga.
like literally the guy made like a reboot version of the light novel and made it into manga. So that manga is probably going to be the new canon of the SAO, and they're probably going to make an anime about it. Because
Can they just remove all the fairy shit and just leave the original die, kill, def stuff? Because that was good.
I think
I liked the
Well,
drama.
can they
it's a
can
lot
they do
better.
that? Can they do that? And can they also get rid of that creepy incest? I like not having incest in my show.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, I'd rather. Like, if they could just replace the incest with just everybody being furries or anthropomorphized foxes, I think would be good.
Yes.
I don't
All
know.
right. We've got a good show going here.
I heard that
Yeah.
the manga is really, really good.
Just call it Sword Tail.
Okay.
Has someone already made that?
I don't know, probably.
Somebody should
It's
make
such
that.
a simple title.
I mean, get back to Fatal Bullet, though. I was like, I mean, it looks interesting, but I probably won't get it.
I actually am planning on getting it because it does look interesting. It's still got like the SAO game issues, where it's like, hey, let's spend hours of our time instead of making a good game. Get that fan service in there, boy.
Well, fan service. I haven't seen much of it. Like I've seen the introduction. That's
Shino?
about it.
Gotta wait.
Shinon?
Shinon.
Xenon's pretty fan servicey.
I've only seen the part
Funnily
where
enough, she's the only character that I like.
Same here. Oh, I like Xenon, I like
Shinon.
Lisbeth, and I like the girl with the dragon.
dude, the girl with
That's
the
it.
dragon is like the best character ever.
If only I knew.
Like I saw her in episode 4 of the original anime, and I'm like, where's this chick throughout the entire series? And then they just randomly bring her back. I'm like, oh, okay.
They're pretty good though. I think like they're really good characters. Oh, and season 1, Asuna was pretty good, but then she became a damsel in distress, and then became a side character just watching Kirito's adventures. So, nah.
Yeah, and then she changed her hair color or something?
They all,
Yeah.
I think they all transferred the characters over to the fairy world thing, and so they had like to change. They had to like make new characters.
Oh god, Scott Pilgrim is a better SAO game than fucking SAO.
I don't know. I think if Fatal Bullet, like Asuna, like has a character in there as well.
Yeah.
Of course she would have a character in a game called Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Flavor Bullet. Jesus Christ.
Fatal Bullet.
Nice on.
Actually, I want to play some... Josh, shut up. I want to play a game called Flavor Bullet. It sounds like you play as this Bayonetta-esque character, but instead of shooting people, she's like shooting pastries and like ribs and barbecue and enemies and actually cool and it's got nice music. Okay, yeah, Bayonetta, but everything is just about food. That sounds good.
That sounds like a plan, man.
Cooking Mama Reloaded.
Cooking Mama Reloaded.
I mean, if you are gonna get like Fatal Bullet and or Sword Art Online, we could either A, teach each other, or in the case of Xenoverse 2, I could teach you, and really teach you in the ways of Xenoverse 2, especially when they have this branching narrative thing that they got going on with DLC 6.
Ah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna save my money for Death Stranding, thank you.
dude,
Same. I want to
that,
play Death Stranding.
that game's gonna be like the weirdest, most interesting game of that year, hands down.
I can't wait for that game to fuck with my head.
I know, that's great.
Yeah, I wonder if one of the twists will be like, but who was phone?
But who was phone?
Maybe it was
I can't
phone.
wait. I can't wait till someone complains that there's not enough references to Hideo Kojima's previous work, and then at the end of the game, main protagonist picks up a phone, and all you hear is la le lu le lo, la le lu le lo.
I think they literally cannot do that because Konami will just drop a nuke if anything Metal Gear related shows up outside of the Konami sphere.
Dude, with how they're acting, I'm pretty sure they'll do that if someone says the word metal.
Yeah, they'll probably replace the name Metal in Death Stranding with like some different name entirely. Like they'll call Metal Lilac or something.
I was gonna say either that or they're gonna do something like every single time they're referencing a form of metal, they'll say specifically what they're talking about. So it's like, look at this iron item I have in my hands. Oh, I thought that was steel.
All right.
Is this real steel? Oh man, can we use these? Can we use these gears in our war? I don't think these gears are of war. I guess I'll have to contact the Shining Force. Hey, wait, this car, it's full of twisted metal. Guys, which metal gear do I use? The iron one or the one that's made by Namco?
Oh god.
You will love my shitty jokes.
God damn it.
Are you okay there?
Yeah, please. Okay.
I was laughing so hard, I'm like actually sweating right now.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Fuck.
That's disgusting.
I'm going to jail for murder. Killed him with my words.
Oh
My words
God.
that kill.
Stop!
Why? The
Oh
best
my
is yet to
God.
come.
Anyway,
Oh,
one final thing I feel like we could talk about
you
is
need to stop so that you can let things pause and let the legend come back to life.
Oh, fuck.
anyway, there's one more thing I want to talk about before we end things. Apparently I watched one GameStop video on YouTube about how they were like their experience at GameStop was piss poor, and I've been getting a lot of videos of, hey, Best Buy has a way better deal for like games than GameStop ever was. I'm going to Best Buy. I'm like, okay, I already knew this, but okay, thanks.
That's like the equivalent of when what's his name? Grade A under A or whatever. I think that's his name. Was like talking about how much douchebag Keemstar is, and then he just goes, "Scarce is killing it lately. Subscribe to Scarce."
I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, but Scarce isn't a douchebag.
Yeah,
He's just that guy. He's not a
Scarce
douchebag,
doesn't
he's
have
just that
anything
guy.
to do with what you were just talking about.
I'm like, I already know that Best Buy has a way better deal when it comes to buying games, and that would be their Gamers Club Unlocked stuff, which gives you 20% off all new games, whether it be recently released and or came out like a year ago.
What are you, a Best Buy employee?
Yes,
Not anymore.
previously were.
Yeah, but that's really good. I'm like,
Previously on Joel's Life.
dude, I hate it. I hated the fact that every time I was working there, like these people would like mess around with this like bin full of $20 or less games, and every time I'd fix it, I'd come back like an hour or two later and then just be completely destroyed. I'm like, oh, what are you people doing? Like, can you not just put it back the way you found it?
No, that would take too much responsibility.
As someone who worked at GameStop and saw like PlayStation 3 games in the Wii section and like everything was out of order, I get exactly how you feel.
Like I didn't have that. Like every aisle had its own. Like there was a PS4 section, there was an Xbox section, there was a PC section, and then there was like a Nintendo section. So
Yeah, we had those sections too, and people didn't understand how to keep them in their own space.
like it was like a hallway type of thing for each individual space. So they never really crossed over. So I never had problems with them putting PS4 games in the Xbox section, but they just like destroyed the $20 bins, and I'm like, you guys.
Well, it's a bin. It's gonna get messy.
Yeah, but it's like these guys just like they just threw them in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Can you not at least like try to like fit it in there somewhere correctly, please? I'm like, I hate it. I hated that. I'm like, I don't like that one bit. But overall, it was pretty fun.
Well, I don't have that type of retail thing to complain about, but I will say this. I hate it when somebody breaks the glass for no fucking reason. Like they're just looking at an item, and then they just randomly break it. There's glass on the floor, and I'm over here taking stuff out, putting it where it belongs, and I gotta stop what I'm doing. Literally stop what I'm doing. Leave the thing in the middle of the aisle. Go over and clean up the glass. I gotta do that.
Alright.
I gotta handle the fucking glass. Why do I have to handle the glass? Why can't some other employee handle the glass?
Where in like the flying vagina did you work at where people are just like, huh, this item is encased in glass.
I'll break
Smash.
it.
No, the item is literally made out of glass, or it's going to be made out of some stone, and they'll just fucking drop it and break it. What? There's a bag full of bamboo sticks, right? Little tiny bamboo sticks. You use them like as skewers and stuff.
Oops! I
They
dropped it.
That, and it bursts all over the place. Or there's a broken bag of rice. Or even much more terrible, a broken bag of flour.
Fuck! I can think of how bad that is.
Rip.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like I remember, like when I was working with Best Buy, like the people would like pick up the laptops over the computer section, and we had those laptops hooked up to an alarm for burglars and stuff. And when they would pick it up, the alarm would go off, and everyone in the store would just like would moan, and on radio you hear, "Can someone take care of the alarm?" And it's like, and it happens so often too. So it's like everyone's just like, why do we have that alarm go off like every single time someone picks up that computer? It was the worst.
Can't you just put a sign up that says "Don't pick up the fucking computer"?
Like that was
Emphasis on the fucking.
That was the entire like computer section. So it's not like you could have like one sign over here, and the people over on the other side of the computer section won't see it. So eventually they'll just pick it up, and it's like, why even bother?
Why not just let it go off and have them learn their lesson?
No, we have to keep it off.
No, let it ring, let it ring. Make the buying experience unpleasant. Let everybody know that they did that. In fact, when the alarm goes off, there'll be a big fat sign pointing to the person who actually set it off. Like, it'll just automatically like be a notification to everybody's phones on the free Wi-Fi. Just boom, this guy caused that noise that you're hearing right now. Point your finger at them. Be angry at them.
Nice. I like that. That's a good one.
Just publicly shame them for just like being curious about a computer.
Yes.
Publicly shame them for not being able to expertly inspect a computer by just touching it and looking at it and not picking it up.
I don't know. I don't know. It's something that they just have to do. Like, whatever.
That's why what you do is you put a sign up next to it, and then you make it like you make that stupid alarm thing, and then you freak them out and you publicly shame them, and then when they complain, you just go, "Did you not read that sign that's right there in front of your face?"
I don't know. They just never put.
Violators will be prostituted.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, we've been going for an hour 24 minutes here. We're gonna end it off here for the podcast. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this again whenever we're all free to do it. I hope you
Never
guys.
come back.
We want them to come back. We want them to watch the podcast. Don't say that.
No, reverse psychology.
Of course. Anyway,
Come back if you want. We're not going to force you to do it.
You
Anyway,
can't come back unless you buy the season pass.
damn it. Anyway, guys, we're going to end off here. Hit that like button and subscribe for more podcast stuff, and we will see you on the next video.
Hit that like button.
Hit that boy.
Bye!
Smash that like button.
Shut up.